Hi, my name's Rich Richards and I'm the store manager of Innovative Car Audio here in Taylorsville, Utah. I've been in this business I quit counting after 20 years. I started as an installer and at this point in time I'm the store manager. We want to talk a little bit about the wiring that's necessary to do a car audio install. First of all, as far as the head unit, most of the newer cars, manufacturers such as Metra makes this wiring harness adapter, and basically what this does is this plugs into the original harness that plugged into the factory deck, and then it gives you the wiring that you hook up to the aftermarket stereo. This wiring harness adapter, basically the factory harness that plugs into the factory stereo, this end of the harness would plug into that factory harness, and this end is what you would wire your new car stereo to. The other things that you're going to need for doing your install, especially if you're doing a 2 amplifier install, would be this power kit. Now, this power kit, what it has is it has a 4-gauge wire, main wire, which is designed to run from the battery back to the where the amplifiers are going to be. It also has a distribution block, and what this allows you to do is to run multiple amplifiers off of this one power wire. It has this one, for instance, has a 4-gauge input and 4 8-gauge outputs. And then it also comes with the wiring and the ground wiring to run from the distribution block to the amplifiers. The other thing it has is it has your remote turn-on lead. Now this remote wire, what it does is when you turn the stereo on, you want it to turn the amplifier on. And so therefore you use this wire to hook to your remote turn-on output of your stereo and then run it to your amplifiers. And then also you have some connectors and some shrink wrap and stuff so that you can make your install look as professional as it can. The other thing that you're going to need for your install is you're going to need more than one of these, and depending on where you put the amplifiers in relationship to the head unit, it will depend on how long of one of these you're going to need. If you were going to do a 2-channel setup, or a 2 amplifier setup, what you would do is you would get one of these. The best way to do it would be to get one of these that's in a 4-channel and one of these that's in a 2-channel. And that way you have 6 channels of output so that you can hook up the 4 channels to the 4 speakers amplifier and the 2 channel to the bass amplifier. Another thing, you also have a fuse holder here. Now this fuse holder, basically you want to put a fuse in it that's either the same size or maybe a little larger as far as the amperage of it to be able to handle both amplifiers. When you run your power wire, you want to make sure that you find a place in the firewall to go through, and you want to make sure that you grommet that place. When you run the power wire, you want to determine whether you're going to run it down the left or the right side of the vehicle. And then when you run your signal cables, your RCAs, you want to make sure you run those down the opposite side of the vehicle. And the reason you do that is so that you make sure that you can't introduce noise into your signal cable from the power wire. And then another thing that's very important is the fuse holder. You want to place it no more than 12 to 18 inches at the most from the battery.